Newsy news. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, you beautiful YouTube Tarkovians. My name is Onepeg, and this is another Escape from Tarkov news video. This time we are talking about a new addition to the lore. We have some interesting information about rogues going on this weekend, a new event, and what I believe is something that is finally leading us into an official pre-wipe. So today, BSG teased this video on their Twitter account. And rather than wreck your ears with a bunch of static, I'm just going to kind of move the slider along so that we can see key moments in the conversation. Obviously, just check the Battlestate Games Twitter page and you can see all of this. It's probably also on their Instagram or the official Discord. But here they say they're checking in with each other. We're not really sure what's going on, but it is a communication among like military personnel or militaristic, paramilitary personnel. And they're talking about, here in this key line, my boys are at the sawmill, no signs of our guy. Second, we've checked the little western crack house or whatever the hell it is. It's nothing. What a shithole. Moving on from here, they say that they're not able to find whatever they're looking for. They want to know why they're looking for a phone or they're looking for a guy. And the reason why is because Knight said so. Now, if you remember, if you've been paying attention, maybe you haven't, there are 3 new bosses that are being introduced to Lighthouse in the near future. One of them is named Knight. So we know that this squad belongs to the rogues at this point. Also, since they reference the sawmill and the crack house, that tells us woods and customs. The next section fast forwards from the 1600 era hours to 2300. From here, it goes on to see a guy named Voodoo and a guy named Riot getting ready. They go in, and I will play this small bit for you right here, but you can hear gunfire and screaming. From here, they say that the area is clear. Did you see that? Yeah, these guys have no idea what's going on, saying that they're stupid. Apparently, it was just it sounds like they were scavs, saying that they're amateurs. Would you look at that? A fresh box of tobacco. Big Pipe will love this. So again, another one of the bosses for the rogues is Big Pipe. So apparently, they ended up engaging a squad somewhere. And then from here, it moves forward another 50 minutes where Voodoo checks in with Home. He says, Voodoo to actual, go for actual. The lake area is secured. Affirmative, sending out additional squads for reinforcements. You can move out. So the second or the last communication here, the second communication by Voodoo is a check-in after they've swept the area and deemed it clean. Now, what they said was that the lake area was secure. The place that we know that has a nice lake with a nice view is the Shoreline Resort. So what we can gather from this, and what this basically alludes to, is that there are rogue squads now located on woods, on customs, and on shoreline that people should expect to run into. Whenever they had an event like this in Escape from Tarkov, whenever the devs have had an event like this that encompassed multiple zones at once, where it was a full weekend with lots of different, squads of extra special enemies, rogues in this case, or raider events in the past where there were raiders kind of on all maps, it always coincided with leading into a wipe event. What I can say to this effect also is that in the past, while raiders have spawned on maps before, now they're doing it as rogues this time, before it was never like a 100% spawn chance. It was somewhere around like, say, 30%. So I would expect that this time would be no different and somewhere around the hotspots that these guys have mentioned in their communications. So the additional squads will likely be around the sawmill, around the crack house, like the fortress area of customs, and at the resort. If we're talking about duration, I'm not sure if this will last a weekend. Maybe it'll last a little bit longer, but this will likely end up starting off a series of events that will ultimately culminate with the 99% off event, probably some boss-related events for scav bosses, and the like that will completely disrupt the economy, and we will likely end up seeing a wipe at some point in the next, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks. My timeline that I have been stating since back in February of June, I think still holds pretty true. I would not be surprised at all if this ends up being something that coincides around like the first week of June or so. All right, guys, that's what I have for this one. If you are not yet a subscriber, I would ask that you please consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoy my content, please consider following me on my socials at OnePegMG on Twitter, and come and say hi when I'm live on Twitch every morning starting at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or thereabouts on twitch.tv/OnePeg. Thanks so much. Peace.